I never thought my life would change because of a single dusty old key. My name is Sarah. I'm 26 years old, and I recently moved back to my childhood home after my father passed away. The house felt different. Not empty, not quiet, but like it was hiding something. My father was a simple man. Strict, reserved, private. He never allowed anyone inside his study room. Not even me. And after his death, the house became legally mine. That's when everything started. On the second day after moving in, I was cleaning the hallway when something strange happened. Behind an old wooden cupboard, I noticed something unusual. A small gap in the wall. At first I ignored it, but then I saw something metallic shining inside. A key. Old, rusted, heavy. I had no idea what it opened, but something inside me felt uneasy, like the house was watching me. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about that key. Why would my father hide something behind a wall? And why never tell anyone? Around 2:30 a.m., I finally got up, and I did something I never planned to do. I searched the entire house, room by room, quietly, carefully, until I reached the hallway near the storeroom. And that's when I saw it. A wooden panel, different from the rest of the wall. Fresh scratches on the edges, like someone had recently touched it. My heart started beating faster, because suddenly, this didn't feel like an old house anymore. It felt like a secret. I inserted the key slowly. My hands were shaking. For a second, nothing happened. Then, click, the sound echoed through the silent house, and a cold wave passed through my body. Because behind that wall, something opened. A narrow hidden door. Darkness inside. No light, just silence. I slowly pushed it open, and what I saw made me step back instantly. Old stairs, going down, into something underground. My breathing got heavier, because my father had never told me about any basement. Never. Then I whispered to myself, "What did you hide here, Baba?" I turned on my phone flashlight and started going down slowly, step by step. The air became colder, darker, heavier, and the deeper I went, the more I felt like I shouldn't be here, but something was pulling me forward. Finally, I reached the bottom, and what I saw there stopped my heart for a second. Old wooden tables, locked boxes, dust-covered files, and on the wall, photographs, dozens of them. Some faces I recognized, some I didn't. But one thing was clear. My father was connected to something I never knew about. Then suddenly, my flashlight flickered, and I heard a sound behind me. Footsteps. Slow. Coming down the stairs. The footsteps were getting closer. Slow. Heavy. And echoing through the underground stairs. My hands started shaking so badly I almost dropped my phone. "Who's there?" I whispered. No answer, only silence and footsteps. Then suddenly, the sound stopped, right above me, at the top of the stairs. My heart felt like it stopped too, because now, someone was standing right there, watching me in the dark. I slowly lifted my flashlight upward, but nothing was clearly visible. Just a shadow, tall, still, silent. Then it spoke. "Sarah, you shouldn't be down here." My blood turned cold, because I recognized that voice. It was my uncle, my father's younger brother, the same man who always avoided this house after the funeral. My voice trembled. "Why are you here at this time?" He didn't answer immediately. Instead, he slowly started coming down the stairs, one step at a time, and every step felt like a warning. Finally, he reached the bottom and looked around the room, like he already knew everything. Then he said something that confused me even more. "So, you finally found it." My grip tightened. "Found what? What is this place?" He sighed deeply, like he had been waiting years for this moment. Then he pointed toward the files on the table and said, "This is the truth your father tried to bury." My heart started racing again, because nothing in my life had ever been connected to hidden truth before. I walked slowly toward the table, opened one file, and saw a name, a woman's name. Then another file, same name again. Then medical reports, old hospital records, payments, secret transfers. My stomach dropped, because this wasn't random. This was organized and connected. Then my uncle said quietly, "Your father wasn't just a strict man. He was protecting something." I looked at him sharply. "Protecting what?" He hesitated, then finally said, "A second family." My mind went completely blank. "No, that's impossible." But he continued, "Your father had another life before you were born, and he never truly left it behind." My hands went cold, because suddenly, every memory of my father felt fake. Every rule, every silence, every locked door. It all started making sense, in the worst way. Then suddenly, a file slipped from my hand, and a photo fell out. I picked it up slowly, and my breath stopped, because it was my father, standing with a woman I had never seen, and a little girl, holding his hand. A girl who looked exactly like me. I couldn't breathe. My legs weakened instantly. That photo kept shaking in my hand. Same eyes, same face structure. A girl who looked like my reflection, but wasn't me. "No," I whispered. "This is not real." My uncle looked down, avoiding my eyes, but his silence confirmed everything. Then he said softly, "Your father never abandoned them. He just lived two lives." My throat tightened. Then what am I? The question came out broken, because suddenly, my entire identity felt unstable. My uncle sighed. "You are his legal daughter, but not his only daughter." Silence, heavy, crushing, real. I stepped back slowly. Why didn't anyone tell me? Then he said something that broke me even more. "Because your father was afraid both families would destroy each other." My mind started flashing memories. My father leaving suddenly at night sometimes. Strange phone calls. Unknown names in old papers. All of it hidden in plain sight. Then I looked at the underground room again, and suddenly realized this wasn't just storage. It was a secret life archive. Then my uncle added, "After your father died, I came here to make sure no one ever found this." I looked at him sharply. "So you were hiding it too?" He nodded slowly. "Yes." Anger started rising inside me. "All these years? You let me believe I was alone with him?" His voice lowered. "We were protecting you from the truth." I laughed painfully. "Protecting me, or lying to me?" Silence again. Only dust and broken truth in the air. Then I made a decision. I picked up the files. All of this, I need answers. My uncle tried to stop me, but I walked past him, up the stairs, out of the hidden room, and into the real world again. That night, I couldn't sleep. The photo kept replaying in my mind. That unknown sister, that hidden life, that second truth. And for the first time in my life, I realized something terrifying. The people we trust most sometimes leave behind stories we were never meant to read. But now that I know, I can't unknow it.